Once again, you are most welcome to Best Sport VR. It's that time of the season again. The season is coming to an end in most of the top European leagues. As expected in some of the leagues, anyway. Before the beginning of the season, we are expecting that the league will change down between Real Madrid and Barcelona. And of course, it's happening that way. It's most likely that Barcelona are running away with the title already. I think they are favored to still win this year La Liga back to back, and the German Bundesliga. Bayern Munich has won the league already and with a very wide point margin. I think Vincent Kompany has really done well with this Bayern Munich team, and they are doing very well. They're in the semi-final of the UEFA Champions League, which they will be playing PSG, and of course also they are also in their DFA poker. So I think they still have a better chance to have the treble this season, and also in the French League One, as expected, PSG has still topping the French League One, and I think Lens have done a little bit better this season. Or PSG have not really had that dominant factor like they had last season, but I think Lens improved a lot this season, and they gave them a little bit of fight. But I think at the end of it, just like I keep saying in most of my videos when it comes to the French League One, the course of the season, I think PSG will still emerge champion. The gap is not that wide, but I think PSG will still emerge champions in this year French League One title also. And of course, in England, it's a very tight one. The title race is still a strong two-horse race now between Manchester City and of course Arsenal. Arsenal are topping Manchester City now with 3 points. But Man City have a game at hand, so it's 3 points and they're topping Man City because the game at hand is not yet a point on the board. So as it is now, Arsenal are topping them with 3 points. Except if Man City win the game at hand, pick up maximum 3 points before they become equal on point, and probably top Arsenal again will go to the I think it's going to be a very strong two-horse race to the end of the title. Don't forget, Arsenal are also in the semi-final of the UEFA Champions League. Man City are in the final of the FA Cup already. They'll be playing Chelsea. Good one for them. They are also in a race to have that domestic treble, which may be possible or may not, but they stand the chance. That's all the truth. And they are doing very well at the moment. I think they are improving game by game. It was they come back from behind to make their way to the final, to be Southampton and make their way to the FA Cup final, but at least they have qualified. That's the most important thing, and they now start the chance to become the FA champion also, FA Cup champion also. And the Italian Serie A, Inter Milan are already running away with the title, a very comfortable point difference between them and AC Milan. Good one for Inter Milan. They are supposed to, at some point last season, Inter Milan were on the verge of having trouble because if they played the Champions League final. They lost this Italian Scudetto, that is the Italian league, to Napoli at the last day of the season. They were topping Napoli with a very good point margin, but they started losing points here and there, and they were as if they are concentrating on the Champions League, which eventually lost. I would say they were humbled by PSG last season in the UEFA Champions League. Very wide margin. They lost 5-0 in the UEFA Champions League, and they lost the Italian Serie A league. They lost also the Coppa Italia. So it was a devastating end to their season last season. But this time around, I think they comfortably win the Italian Serie A. So it's a very good one. But I think the most tight league at the moment, when it comes to title deciding, is between Arsenal and Man City. Talking about the EPL, I think that is one of the reason why it's the most watched and the most followed league. They keep giving us surprises. We would think at this point of the season, Arsenal would have thrown away the close to 12-point gap they had with Man City. But it's just football, anything can happen. But I think what Mikel Arteta and the guys need to do is to still head up, just like Declan Rice say after they lost against Man City. He was talking to Odegaard. They say it's not yet done. They have still fight to the end, which is of course the right mentality to go into, because they are still equal points. If they win all, they against Man City, win all again, anything can happen. One person could drop point along the way, and if anybody don't drop point along the way, they should just keep winning and keep getting that better goal margin. It will really help to decide who win the title at the end of the day. But I think they still have everything to keep fighting for the title. Who knows? It could be their season to get their hand in their first UEFA Champions League trophy, because I see Arsenal to be favourite against this Diego Simeone Atletico Madrid side in the semi-final of the UEFA Champions League. It's a two-leg game. So I think over 2 legs, I think Arsenal should qualify and make it to, I think, their second UEFA Champions League final this season. They lost against Barcelona, the first final they went, I think, around 2006, if I'm correct. They lost against Thierry was there, was in that Arsenal squad that time, they lost to Barcelona 2-1. They went ahead and they later lost to Barcelona. They had a very strong run that season, also beating the likes of Juventus and Real Madrid to get to the final in that 2-6. So I think it's another good run they have had recently. Last season they did win the UEFA Champions League. I see them as favourite to be in that final. Who knows, when they get to that final, there's every possibility that they can cross the line this time around and just get a very major sliver this season. I think at the course of the season, as if Mikel Arteta get the FA Cup, Carling Cup, I would really see it, if that is the only trophy he win, I would really see it as a better achievement for him, but these two leagues that they are playing now, and they stand a chance of winning any of the two, or probably the two, I think is the two major silverware we have been craving for, that if Arsenal pick those silverwares, we can say yes, Mikel Arteta have done well for the team this season. I think it's just about them to cross the line, because they have been doing very well. If you look at, I know a lot of people criticize me, but it's my own opinion anyway. If you look at where Mikel Arteta take this Arsenal team from, I think now we won't be talking about qualifying for top 4 in the nearest future. When you are talking about Arsenal, it's just like a constant team that they'll be having. Arsenal will be qualifying for the Champions League in the nearest future comfortably. They'll be making that 1 to 3, 1 to 2, 1 to 4 spot. That is my opinion anyway. For the like of players they get now, the mentality and the fear factor they have in the Premiership now, they'll be qualifying comfortably. That is why I say he has really done well with the team. Fair, they have spent a lot of money, and it is expected that they should have crossed the line to pick up a major silverware, but there's still chance to do that, and this season could be the time. Once again, I thank you for liking and sharing. Welcome to Best Sport View. Thank you.